I came to Australia on a boat through the help of a smuggler in the year 2001. I came with my brother and his family. There were 8 of us in total, including 6 children. My brother, his wife, and myself, the eldest, 10-year-old, and the youngest being a 1-year-old baby. I remember the big storms where people were praying for survival. It took us more than 5 days to reach Australian water. Once we arrived, the Navy ship of Australia intercepted us, and we were told to go back. The people on our boat said there is no way we are going to risk our lives again by going back. So someone on the boat set it on fire. I remember a thick smoke rising from underneath the boat. This caused a panic between people, and people started jumping out of the boat as the fire began to spread really fast. It took 2 hours for the Australian government to rescue us out of the water. My youngest nephew, Mohammad, the 1-year-old baby, was unconscious for 6 hours. In that incident, 2 women passed away, and I witnessed one of them die right in front of my eyes. In Christmas Island, I was wearing the same clothes I was rescued with for more than a month. Back in 2001, there were no proper facilities to keep thousands of people there. The Australian government told us that in order for us to process your claims, we will need to go to Nauru. They lied to us. We found out that the Australian government lied to us. They processed our claims, and out of 1,200 claims, only about 20 were granted asylum. The conditions of the detention center was horrible. There was lack of medical treatment, people suffering from mental illnesses, and people trying to commit suicide. I witnessed all this as a 10-year-old child on Nauru. The toilets were disgusting, most of them broken with no lights and no water. Why did we as kids have to witness the pain and suffering of others? I saw adults crying and losing hope. I was exposed to violence between different groups and fights between fellow detainees. This is what I experienced as a child. It would take months for a wound to heal, and I still have scars of those wounds on my legs, as there was lack of medical treatments. I lost my childhood. I was stripped away from all my rights to freedom and education by being imprisoned on an island without my parents. How cruel can people be at these desperate times where a person is begging for freedom and is still denied? You have to realize that my country, Afghanistan, has nothing. It has given me nothing except for pain and suffering. We flee war and persecution in the hopes of a better life. We risk our lives to come to Australia because we have no choice, and instead we end up in a prison camp. Instead of Australia welcoming refugees, they lock them up. People need to understand that if I had safety and security in my own country, I would have never left my identity and belonging and risked my life for freedom. Over 100 people took that money and went back to their countries. Because when they offered that money, they also offered and guaranteed them that you'll be protected, you have safety, and you also have a job in your country. And all of that, when I went and did a documentary in Indonesia about the journey of asylum seekers, I found out that more than 20 of those people that took that money and went back to Afghanistan have been killed by Taliban. Finally, being after released, I arrived in Australia to encounter many issues. The major issues was the communication barrier. I could not speak English at all. I have never completed any form of primary school here, and here I went straight to Year 8. I was bullied. People made fun of me for not being able to speak English. I had no friends. I felt isolated, depressed. Refugees contribute enormously to this country if they are given a chance that they deserve for fleeing war and persecution. I still have hope in this country, in believing what is right, to release all the 231 children. After all, everyone deserves freedom. Thank you.